TikTok alpha male could spend 20 years in prison, but this guy's a little more complex than meets the eye. Take, for example, his golden one-liners.
The youngest billionaire in the world right now.
What's your net worth now?
I can explain this in a way that might sound crazy. I'm a billionaire. Let's think about it. Does a billionaire have a liquid $1 billion in his bank account?
No.
Okay, so is he actually a billionaire? No. Like liquid billionaire? No, I'm not a liquid billionaire yet. Probably will be mathematically soon.
If this guy makes $1 trillion, I will literally kill myself.
But becoming a trillionaire will be the least of Gavin's issues, because him and his business partner are being charged with defrauding more than $22 million in crypto.
2 local men are charged with defrauding investors out of more than $22 million in cryptocurrency. Prosecutors say 23-year-old Gabriel Hay of Beverly Hills and 23-year-old Gavin Mayo of Thousand Oaks engaged in rug pulls. That's when the creator of an NFT or other digital asset solicits people to invest in the project only to abruptly drop the project and keep the money. The defendants also face a stalking charge for allegedly harassing and intimidating a project manager who exposed them.
It's obvious Gavin is in a lot of trouble, but what might surprise you is the things that Gavin has said online. Aside from giving his crypto bro advice, which he usually does, it's usually paired with some countercultural advice to things that we all know and love. Well, things that people love in the self-help world. Take, for instance, cold showers, a true staple in any entrepreneur's morning routine. Gavin, on the other hand, disagrees.
Cold showers are BS. Instead of taking a cold shower, I do the polar opposite. Go in the shower, I'll turn it all the way up instead of all the way down until it's burning my skin, right on the edge of me having third-degree burns forever. I never get those burns, so I know my limits.
Now you would assume that Gavin's trolling people by giving advice. But after a closer look, some of the advice he gives, he actually follows. Now I don't know if this was initially a play to generate hype on TikTok and Instagram in order to get followers and hence get more people to know about what you do, or it's just some of that mixed in with some crazy ideas about food. Take, for instance, Gavin's advice when it comes to drinking water.
I only drink fruit juice. I eat cucumber. Let's say I'm thirsty. I go in the fridge, get some watermelon, eat some cucumbers. That's hydration. There's water molecules in those foods. If you're cooking a steak, what comes off of it? Steam. What is that water molecule? So I just eat raw meat. I eat raw chicken, raw tuna, raw steak. That's where I get my hydration from. I get my hydration from those fruits, from fruit juice. Water just dilutes the vitamins in your body a lot. No, you never hear anybody say this, but try just drinking fruit juice and vegetables and fruits for a week and you'll feel like Superman.
To be honest, it's hard for me to believe that anyone would actually take this advice. And it's honestly hard for me to believe that Gavin himself would actually do this. I don't know if being an entrepreneur helps you in some things and not others. Take, for example, finding trends. Usually you have to be a bit of a contrarian and go against the modern thoughts in order to find a niche, build a product that has value, and hence make money by giving a product to an underserved market. But maybe when it comes to health with some of these entrepreneurs, they can't separate business from health, and hence make the same mistake that Steve Jobs did. Now let me say, I love Steve Jobs. I love the fact that he envisioned everyone using phones. It was just a thought in his mind and eventually it became true. Let us know if that's good or bad in the comments below. But to be honest, if you look at his approach to health, it was asinine. I mean, I'm not putting Steve Jobs down, but I heard he ate around 30 bananas a day and then died of pancreatic cancer, something that's responsible for mitigating your blood sugar. Now, it is sad that he later regretted not starting treatment right away and ended up passing away. But the bottom line is this contrarian thinking can help you in a lot of ways and also hurt you. And for Gavin, this is no different. The thing that concerns me just about Gavin himself is he backs up some of his own advice. For instance, take this post on X.
All you doctors on Twitter, as in my comments saying, cancer's real and autism's real and heart disease, obviously it's real. What I meant by my tweet was, what is cancer? Well, it's just an inability to discard dead cells. So how do you get cancer? Well, when you're eating French fries in your room, eating Cheetos and eating hamburgers and all that, that's how you get cancer. That's why 1 in 2 people get cancer in this world. Versus when you're eating this stuff, you don't get it. It's all a myth. All this stuff, all these vaccines, all these things that these doctors are giving you and telling you, it's all a myth. You just eat good food. You're never gonna have any of those problems. Humans aren't meant to have heart disease and autism and all that shit. So start eating healthy.
Yikes, okay. Anytime you're going toe-to-toe, knowledge for knowledge, band for band with a doctor, you want to bring some citations. You want to bring some literature, okay? But it is this inability to see the other side that has gotten Gavin in a lot of trouble. Let's talk about hyping up a coin. Allegedly, this is alleged stuff for legal purposes. They're still investigating if this took place. But allegedly, people are saying Gavin might have hyped up a coin, got new investors, and then sold all his shares, leaving the other investors with nothing. Now, I made a video of a 13-year-old doing the same thing, and in that context, it was funny, okay? Probably not legal, but it was amusing, to say the least. Gavin, on the other hand, allegedly is being accused of multiple rug pulls. Now, Gavin's motives don't strike me as overtly nefarious, right? I don't think he woke up one day, hands in a steeple position, contemplating how he could ruin the lives of thousands of crypto bros by taking their money. But when you do something like that over 7 times, this is when we have issues. Now, I do think the alleged smoking gun in this case is the stalking charges. I mean, if that's not some admission of guilt, then I'm not sure what is. I'm not saying Gavin did this, but if you were to do something illegal, let's say you started a silly coin, pumped and dumped that sucker, and then went after someone that posted evidence of you doing that, and you purposely sought them out, maybe even threatened to do something if they didn't take their messages down. I mean, that's wild. I mean, that's as clear as it gets right there. But again, Gavin's a smart guy. He was a former D1 swimmer, all right, which I'm sure takes some level of discipline. Okay. But ultimately, Gavin decided not to do that. He decided to pursue crypto and honestly, ultimately became the brainchild of Andrew Tate, the offspring, if you will. Here's a good video to prove that.
It's come to my attention that a lot of you like to just sit with your big pot of money. If you can afford a Lambo, buy a Lambo. You're all talking about discounts. When I go to the store and they ask if I want a discount, I say no. You're talking about, well, Gavin, what about cash flowing assets? My car isn't an asset. Yes, it fucking is. And what else is an asset? You not being a fucking goober. So if you can afford a Lambo, go buy one. And if you spend it all, just make more money.
Just make more money. Powerful advice. He kind of falls into this weird business shaming montage. I've heard a lot of people like Charlie mention how the self-help world kind of gets off on that self-degradation or humiliation, having another business owner tell him how crappy they are and how they need to change a bunch of things. That's kind of the mindset that he's adopting in his content. But I think it's that really contributes to his worldview. It's very much zero sum. There's winners, there's losers, black and white. If you're not where you want to be, you need to work harder. It's your fault, etc. There is a lot of truth in that stoicism, dare I say. But ultimately, I think it's going to come around and bite him. Because think about this. If you were the judge on Gavin's case and the prosecution was making a case against his character, they would most likely show videos like this one, where one could see it as predatory, allegedly.
It's just like trading Ethereum or stocks or whatever, but you actually have an edge because you're trading against retards. Because everyone in shitcoins is just a gambling degenerate and they don't use risk management. So you can take advantage of that and really, really stack up. Like you can make 10, 20 ETH a day on average.
Yeah,
again, there's nothing inherently wrong with day trading. Day trading is by nature zero sum. There is a buyer and there is a seller. One could see a winner and a loser. But in the context of everything that's happened with the rug pulls, oh, Gavin, that doesn't look so good. That doesn't look so good. If I was the judge and I saw that video, it's not going to help you. Okay, I'm gonna say that. It's not gonna help you. If you made it to the end of this video, I love you, okay? If you wanna see more crypto fraud, watch this 13-year-old rug pull a bunch of adults.